What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk, a channel where we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So on today's episode, I'm going to discuss stop looking so mean, black women. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out, give you leverage to better yourselves. So it's a Saturday afternoon now. Came out here, it's going to rain today, it's supposed to rain, but I came out here and I was like, well, I kind of overslept this morning, so let me get out here. There's no sun out. It's still kind of humid, but you know, as long as the sun's not out, I can go forever. You know, so I actually got a pretty good workout in. So now it's time to get on the channel, talk about something that I think is kind of important for black women to understand, which I'm pretty sure they do. You know, black women are one of the most intelligent beings on this planet right now, especially in America. You know, education level is top tier. My wife is one of them. So, and she hangs around with a lot of very extremely intelligent black women, you know. So I'm not necessarily catering this to them because I don't really hang out with them like that. That's part of her sorority. So, you know, she deals with them. But I can only imagine that I'm pretty sure at least a handful of the women that she hang out with have this issue. And it's kind of crazy, but I'm going to discuss it, and then you can give your feedback as what you think the solution is, or is there even a solution for it, right? So let's get into it. Sorry. So why do black women look so mean all the time, right? So I'm not saying that all of them look mean, not saying that at all, because you know, you can't really generalize to a certain degree to certain things. You can, but you know, I'm not going to generalize with this particular population because, you know, black women, they cancel you real quick. Yeah, right. But you know, I've seen this time and time again, and of course, women in general are very emotional beings. So of course, you know, women in general can look very mean and evil, for lack of better words. You know, I'm not calling women evil. I'm just saying, like, you know, women can have a really disdain look on their face when they're upset. Because they're emotional, you know, that's just a biological fact. But let me give you an example of what I've seen personally recently. So, been working in DC about a year now, and there's a Potbelly sandwich joint about 5 minutes from my work. Actually, not even 5 minutes, like a hop, skip, and a jump away. And it's ran mainly by black women. But you know, actually, you know, looking at the black women that's in there, I think there's like altogether maybe like 6, 7 black women I can tell. Like I said, I've been going back and forth in there for over a year now. So you know, they know me by my name now, and they know what sandwich I'm gonna get because I never change up. That's one thing that women in general need to understand. Like, you know, when men find something they really like, they really don't really change up. Once they get to a certain level of something, it's not that they don't want to elevate. It's just like, you know, what works, and why change it, right? You know, so that pertains to a lot of things with men. So me in particular, there's one particular sandwich that I like in Potbelly, and I could probably count on one hand how many times I've got a different sandwich since I've been going to that particular shop. And actually, I think every time that I changed it, it's because they had some ingredient that was missing. So I'm like, if I can't have the whole sandwich, I just won't get it at all. So I'll just get something different. Anyways, like I said, it's about 6, 7 black women that's in that shop. And there's one particular black woman that's in there, real young. I'm assuming she's probably like maybe 22, 23 at the most, I'm thinking. I've never asked her age. But I mean, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter if the shop is empty or the shop is actually packed, because, you know, it can kind of fluctuate depending on what kind of day it is in DC. There's a lot of folks that work remote in DC. So, you know, I go in some days, depending if I take a late lunch, it might be like I might be the only one in there, and then I'm going in there where the line is almost out the door, right? So it kind of fluctuates, but it doesn't matter the population of the joint. When I go in there, it doesn't matter how busy it is, how slow it is, if it's sunny outside, if it's raining outside. I mean, she has the most ridiculous, and no disrespect to her. You know, I think she's a fine young lady, but she has the most disdain look on her face every time I see her. Even when she's serving the food, she has a disdain look on her face. And you know, I understand, like, you know, women go through certain things, you know, certain time of the month type stuff, right? and you know they may had came to work one day and they boyfriend or their husband, you know, got on their nerves. The kids might have got on their nerves, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody at the job might be getting on their nerves. Like it could be a multitude of things why, you know, these women will look disdained in that particular shop. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me that you're just gonna be just mad every single day, every time you come in there. Like this stained look on your face every single day. And I try to relate it to like maybe that's just the way she looks, right? As far as like you know, like that's just a normal look on her. But and I've been around black women all my life, and I figured out a way to discount that. It's not her look. She's just mad all the time, right? And I'm like, you know, you can go so much further in life in general if you just have a positive attitude and have a positive look on your face. Now, I'm not saying you got to have a positive look on your face all the time, right? I'm not saying it at all. But for you to be a woman, you know, first of all, because women supposed to be delightful. You know, that's one of the things that attracts men is looking delightful. I really don't see any man going in there saying that this woman looks okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's not an ugly woman at all. You know what I'm saying? She's a beautiful woman. But you know, to say that she is a person that she's a person that looks delightful and somebody that can be approached, no. She looks extremely unapproachable every single time I see her. And me, I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know, it's one of those things. Like it's not that I want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I mean, but like, you know, the way you look is not going to prevent me from asking what I want for my sandwich and all these other things. But I've seen men and women go in there, and maybe she'll be the one in the cashier. She might be the one that's making the sandwich. She goes back and forth between a whole bunch of stations. But every time I see her making somebody's sandwich, it's like people are kind of like apprehensive about talking to her, even explaining what they want on their sandwich. They're just like settle for what she puts up there. And I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I do understand that there's some people in this world that, you know, they're really apprehensive about talking to somebody that has like a certain look on their face. But me, I could care less. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that I'm being disrespectful. It's just like I said, you know, your look and how you approach me is not going to prevent me from getting what I want, right? I'm paying good money for my food, fix my food right, right? But, you know, this is a problem with black women, you know, because I really don't want to cater this to just black women, but black women is the main ethnic group that I see do this stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I've seen white women look mean in the face. I've seen Hispanic women a lot of times look mean in the face. But, you know, as a general rule, if I put 10, you know, I'm all about statistics, right? If I put, let's say 10 women on a panel, right? Of all ethnic groups, right? Or let's say 10 all ethnic groups on one panel and 10 black women in another panel. I could probably say, you know, and depending on like what kind of day it is and what kind of situation they feel like they're in, I probably would guess maybe a little less than half of the 10 would probably look mean on the panel that's all black women. And then I could probably single out at least one woman on the multi-race panel that's gonna look mean. So it's, you know, it's kind of crazy how that works, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, black women can say that, like, you know, like black men in general has made them, you know, be like this. They become hardened. They become masculine because black men are not stepping up to the plate when it comes to doing what they need to do, take care of the black queen. I totally get that. But this is all to say that, you know, if you're a black woman and you know that you're always looking mean, you always have this thing look on your face, you're always mad at the world. First of all, I think you need counseling. That's first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Because it's an emotional state you're always in. And I mean, it's not good for you. First of all, it takes I think more than half of the muscles in your face to make a frown versus very little to make a smile, right? So first of all, you're straining your face every time you look mean, right? And you know, if you're looking mean, I'm assuming that you might be stressed, you might be angry, and those emotions are emotions that can pretty much keep you sick. They can keep you, you know, in a bad state all the time, right? So, you know, I'm not saying for you to like I said, like to be delightful looking all the time. I'm not saying it at all. I'm just saying, like, you know, as a general rule, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like that you're always in a bad mood, then, you know, do something about it. You know what I'm saying? You have to be responsible for your own happiness, right? And I'm not telling you what to do when it comes to relationships or when it comes to, a job that you might can't stand, and that's the reason why you're always looking mean. But I'm telling you, black women, you can go so much farther in life if you just change your attitude and change the way you look all the time. Like I'm telling you, if you're a black woman, do you think and you feel like you can't get a man? I mean, change how you look in the face. I'm not saying makeup. I'm just saying be pleasant, right? Even if the guy that comes and approaches you, you don't like, and off the jump you don't want to be or even be bothered by the guy, be delightful. You know what I'm saying? One thing I will say before I get off this video is sometimes looking mean when it comes to women can put you in a dangerous position, because you have black men out here, just men in general, that just don't give a damn, right? And you're looking mean in the face while they're trying to talk to you, can promote violence. And I'm not saying that the guy is right by doing that, because he's dead wrong by doing something like that, if he does do something like that, God forbid. But men can be very unpredictable when it comes to them talking to women. You have some very unstable men out here in this world. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Some men are very persistent, and sometimes they don't take no for an answer. But sometimes you got to play the game, and sometimes you got to kind of let them down easy. If you're a woman that you're off the cuff, just about to just cuss a guy out, that could put you in a very dangerous spot, because I'm telling you, you can feel like you're hard as I don't know what, and feel like that you can beat a man, and a man's not gonna touch you. Trust me, you can be touched. You can. And I don't want to see any black woman be put in a dangerous situation because of just an emotion. It's not worth it. So please, black women, stop looking mean in the face all the time. You're beautiful, you're pretty, right? So let's go ahead and live in that truth. I know a lot of times guys be like, well, women are delusional, and they feel like their truth is a lie. Well, I'm telling you right now, as a black man, I know that all my black queens are beautiful, and you looking the part, meaning that you look delightful instead of looking mean all the time. That's you living in your truth. You know what I'm saying? Put positive vibes out there. You know what I'm saying? The more positive vibes you put out there, the more positive energy you bring to yourself. And you having a frown on your face all the time is only bringing you bad energy. You got a cloud over your head, and it just doesn't look nice, right? So stop being mean, y'all. Stop being mean, black women. It's not worth it, all right? So thanks again for everybody that's watching the channel. Thanks again for subscribing, like and comment. Share the video if you want. If you think this video has given you some type of perspective and it's been beneficial to you. And I endeavor to keep pushing the video out. Live your leverage to better yourselves. Find it, fitness, and folk. Triple F, I'm gone.